Carvana, this is taking note of this one, 51% short, and it looks like they beat EPS by a big margin because of cost cutting. So that's going to be very interesting. Potential for, you got resistance here about $8.20. It's above that now.
I was looking at this for possible short squeeze to $10 and $15 with the two targets. Okay, this is like 51% short. I'm seeing estimates of 65% short of the free flow. Carvana reports best first quarter in company history for adjusted EBITDA and total gross profit per unit. Okay. Look at this. Carvana broke the 50 DMA. It's 50% short, Carvana. So the immediate target on this is actually $19.87. Even though it caused stocks like this to have some of the most explosive moves you're going to see in the market over the next couple of weeks. Carvana broke out of the 200-day moving average, another key moving average. Oh, wow, look at that bullish cross on the 2200. We told you at $20, the resistance and the breakout level. And look how beautiful we're right about the $20. You see it got resisted at 20, and then when it broke, it just exploded. And what else did we tell you yesterday? Said if it breaks 20, the next resistance is 30 to 50. Crazy, right? It broke all the resistance levels. Well, the next one's $42.49. That's the next resistance level, $42.49. Once you break $42.49, then you're playing with these candles here up in the 50s. So Carvana has a catalyst this morning. They got a price target increase, $50 from JMP Securities. $50. They increased it from 25 since early May. If you're a VIP over at Story Trading, we noted the inflection point of the fundamentals at $10. When it crossed $16 at the 50-week moving average, we gave you a price target of 30s to 50s, and we stuck with that. We had many shows talking about the 30s to 50s price target. Top of this candle, 58.06. Top of this candle, 57.32. Those were the targets. What was the high of the day? 56.92. The pre-market, it did hit 50. There I am. Good morning. How you doing? It is Monday, June 17th. Again, some problems showing on my phone screen. I know you guys like the big screen better, so I'll try to do with that. But in any case, this week, not a big week in terms of calendar events. Wednesday, markets closed for Juneteenth. There's no big ERs this week and no big economic data, I don't think, or FOMC stuff this week. The next big earnings on the radar is Micron. We'll get to that in a second because we're getting some good news on Micron this morning. First, let's take a look at the macro here. TLT is something I want to zoom in and focus in on after that weak economic data last week. You saw how TLT really broke out. And let's see where we are this morning at 93.71. This is important because this is a guide for what risk is going to do. Risk is like IWM, growth stocks, Bitcoin, things like that. So I'm curious if the top of this candle is right here, 93.99. We're at 93.74 right now. What was the close of this day? The close of the other day was 93.88, 93.74 right now. It would be nice to
stay above that close. But even if we don't, even if we pull back a little bit, it doesn't invalidate this. So I think, and IWM we gave you as a trade idea last week. It didn't work yet, but I still kept some IWM exposure last week because of that interest rate situation and the weak economic data on TLT. However, I will say, this is concerning me a little bit. Bitcoin having a little bit of problems with the 50 DMA, potentially a topping M pattern here on Bitcoin. Doesn't change the long-term thesis and our bullishness long-term in terms of fundamentals, but it could set us back potentially. So I'm not sure what's going to happen between TLT, IWM, and Bitcoin. I'm sticking with a position in some IWM calls, but really what we do best is stock picking, and we try to do that in all market environments. And so let's head on over to our top picks from last week. Was Friday was MU and ARM. All right, MU and ARM, I stayed with it over the weekend. MU up 3%. MU has earnings coming up. Actually, let me switch quickly to our model portfolio. Where can I find that here? Okay, there we go. So our model portfolio, we did 2 times MU. Honestly, I think, did I say Friday? Maybe consider 3. I know for me, it's because if you do 25% across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 positions, that's a 2.5% position times 2, 5%, somewhere close to 5%. All right, cool. I'm like 5, 6% in my own portfolio on MU. But man, I've been saying for a while, like I'm tempted to really consolidate Google, Amazon, Microsoft into just a QQQ and focus in on NVIDIA, Micron, TSM, and ARM. All of these great news this morning. Oracle, great earnings. SMCI next. This is such a beautiful list. Like seriously, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, great companies, but like you could maybe that's for really safe money long term, like QQQ type stocks. But if you want to really supercharge like a swing portfolio, I think you focus in on NVIDIA, Micron, TSM, ARM, SMCI, Dell, and Oracle. All right. So that's such a beautiful list. Oh my gosh. So Micron earnings next week. I've been saying for a long time that we doubled up on our model portfolio last week, added it as a trade position because earnings are next week. We have all these AI tailwinds coming from obviously NVIDIA split, Oracle split. That's driving a tailwind here on stocks like Micron, TSM, and ARM, which has additional catalysts themselves this morning. Let's take a look at this. Micron, actually, you know what? I really got get my phone to work, but let's see. Micron, bunch of analyst upgrades here this morning. Let's see what we got. We got Bank of America raising from 144 to 170. We're at 141 now. Okay. 145 pre-market. So that's a big increase. Bank of America, 144 to 170. We also have Susquehanna, 143 to 185. So look at the conviction these guys have ahead of earnings next week. Do we have more? Let's see. We got Susquehanna, Bank of America. Those are the 2 big ones this morning. So now you get this chart breaking out to new highs. Analysts really bullish on it. We've been bullish on this for months. Earnings next week. I really like this, man. I wish I could add more. I think I'm stuck. I don't think I can day trade today because I didn't realize I had some in the money call options on Friday that exercised over the weekend and put me some like over my margin limit. And now it's not like refreshing my margin when I sell it. Sucks, man. All right. I hope that's not my 3rd strike because then I won't be able to day trade for like 90 days or something. All right. But anyway, so I got my position in Micron. Wish I could buy more this morning. Doesn't look like I can. And then ARM Holdings is another one we gave you on Friday because of the NASDAQ 100 inclusion. Wow. Look at this. This is gigantic cup. Is this going to be like a cup breakout, a cup and handle? I don't know. But guess what? ARM, like I said, oops, where do we go? ARM in our model portfolio. I also have it in my retirement account. Looking good. I do have some call options we picked up on Friday. All right. So hopefully, again, I can't increase my position. Can't trade today. All right. So Micron, ARM looking good. TSM also on our model portfolio. By the way, ARM also had catalysts. All right. ARM this morning. Here we go. Bank of America, 150 to 180. Was there another one? That's the big one I saw here. All right, 150 to 180. So now I've got multiple catalysts, big upgrade, and getting into the NASDAQ 100. Beautiful chart breakout, a little bit overbought, but we like this one in our model portfolio. TSM in our model portfolio. TSM also out with news this morning. Oh man, this AI sector is just on fire. TSM, what was the news? It's hard to see from. Okay, Susquehanna 180 to 200. And then I think there was other news also. 1 second. Oh, Taiwan TSM most price hikes for 3 nanometer chips. That's a great fundamental news. Price hikes on their chips here. We also had what is this company? Citigroup raising, although that's not, this is, here it is, but this is not the US list. So, but anyway, they're increasing it by, I guess you can call it by 10%, 1,030 to 1,150, whatever that listing is in another exchange. So, wow, TSM, great news. I really like that price increase they want to do on one of their products. So we got the AI tailwinds. Let's just this is the sentiment, right? We got this AI sentiment, really good for the sector. Again, because of NVIDIA, Broadcom, and Oracle really driving price action here, driving sentiment premiums. And then you got individual catalysts with Micron upgrade, ARM upgrade, ARM in the NASDAQ, MU earnings next week, TSM upgrades, TSM increasing their price. Oh my gosh. MU, ARM, TSM, happy they're in the model portfolio, but I wish I had a lot more. And I don't know, we'll see. Maybe somehow it'll allow me to free up some cash and buy more of all this stuff. We'll see. All right. Now, aside from that, there were also DraftKings is the one I was stuck in. I bought over the weekend and it just screwed me up. All right. So I've been selling that pre-market to raise some cash now. All right. Micron, ARM, TSM, definitely going to be in our top picks today. I want to mention another one. App's been in our radar as a growth stock. I don't know this company well, so I don't own it. All right. I don't even know it at all. Honestly, I have no idea what they do. Something with apps. I've just never had a chance to research it. But what I do know is that people I trust in social media, one of them who's in our Discord community now, the Godfather, just joined again at storytrading.com/Discord. He has been doing a lot of research on app. And I think we may be interviewing him later this week. Let me just see. It's tentatively scheduled. We have an interview with the Godfather on Thursday. So stay tuned for details on that Thursday. Roughly at noon. I think we'll be talking to him about app. But in any case, people who I trust who are steeped in fundamental research really like app. Look how many straight down days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red days. What's the PS and the PE ratio on this? Let me take a quick look. So PE ratio, forward PE about 30. All right, PS about 10. So you finally get an open green candle on Friday. The RSI is at a proximal low. Man, the RSI has not been this sold off since December. So this could be a reversal candle on Friday, and it can make a move at least the next 20-day moving average at 81.21. So app is up there in the top 5 to look at. Oh, there's so much going on. Let's see. I got to move things around here. I want to talk about SMCI. Broadcom, Air, NVAX, and we'll touch on VKTX for a second. And that's it. Okay, but definitely in the top 5 are going to be Micron, ARM, and TSM. Wow. All right. I don't have call options in TSM. Got on these two. We have common share positions in all 3 of these. Very excited about this situation developing here this morning in these 3 awesome AI stocks. So app, again, we just went over that. That looks poised to outperform. We'll have that as a trade idea. We try to do no more than 5. AVGO, I'm not going to put in here. Look, AVGO, I missed. This was never in our model portfolio. We had a trade on it last week, which 2,500% return if you took an ER bet, which we're advising. Unfortunately, I had a limit order and it sold the day before ER on my limit order. Made 100%, but could have made 2,500%. In any case, AVGO, another one that I don't really know well. Honestly, I'd never looked at it. I don't know what they do, but the chart looks amazing. A lot of people calling for 2,000 on social media. So enjoy that if you're in it. We have enough other stuff here with Micron, ARM, TSM, and app. All right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we going to throw a 5th one in here for today? Let's quickly look at Air. Air looking gorgeous, especially on the weekly chart. You know the thesis. If you've been a part of our community, again, head on over to storytrading.com/Discord to get into that community for our launch coming up in just a few days. 200 DMA 1672. This can turn into an AI stock this year. They got a preliminary order. We believe it's from AMD. All right. Based on the research we've done, we now believe AMD is the customer that's hired Air to do testing, burn-in testing for their AI chips. This is big news. However, it's a validation order, but it seems Air does expect this to go to production within maybe by the end of the year, within a couple quarters. All right. Even on this speculation that it could go to production, I'm looking at this low RSI, looking for a move to 1672. And if that order does turn into a production order later this year, you're going to see one of these moves, right? Either this one here, something like this, something like that. Boom, you're going to get a third wave up on Air later this year. We added this to a model portfolio after that news came out with that contract, again, with what we think is AMD. All right, now part of our model portfolio, part of my personal retirement account at this point, once again, after a couple year hiatus. All right, so, but not going to be a pick for today. Although I wouldn't be surprised if it explodes any day, right? Any day could be the day it just jumps up because it's technically free and it's got a nice catalyst. Is it above? Hold on. The 20 DMA is 1347, 13. It's just a touch below it. So let's see if we can close over that 20 DMA today. If we do, then I think you got a much higher chance of quickly moving. It's a 20-week moving average. Then we got a much higher chance of a quick move to 1672. Novavax has been very disappointing. Made a lot of money on this on the way up. Bought back, I guess, too early. I didn't think it was too early. I hit that 20 DMA really hard. I acknowledge at the time that the RSI was kind of overheated, and I'd wish the RSI would be lower when I hit the 20 DMA. And lo and behold, basically showing you that this was overbought. This is profit taking. The story hasn't changed. But again, this just got so overbought from $5 to $25 that even the pullback to the 20 DMA wasn't enough. People still taking profits. That's why the RSI was high. So we knew the weakness in that technical, in the technicals going into this, but decided to stick with it. Anyway, hopefully we get a bottom. On Friday, we told you 1350 is your secondary support. There are two support levels we gave you Friday, and it bounced right off 1350. I hope that's it, but I really don't know, man. 1350, hopefully that's it. I will say that the pre-market action this morning, a little bit promising. The last several days, this thing has been getting shellacked in pre-market. Heavy volume, people selling it hard in pre-market. That did not happen this morning. So maybe between the candle Friday and the lack of pre-market selling, that could be a sign that the bottom's in. But I don't love seeing this, in between key moving averages. Let's see what the weekly looks like. Yeah, I mean, it's not gorgeous, but here, I got faith in the fundamentals, and maybe that 1350 holds. What if that 1350 doesn't hold? You got right here, 1250, it looks like. 1250, 1126 to 1250 range. It could happen. Could it do you never know. All I know is once it does turn like this, once again, over a span of 2 or 3 days, this thing's going to move up 30, 40, 50%. It will happen again. It's just a matter of finding that bottom. So not going to make that a top pick today either. These are more swing picks, Air and NVAX. All right. SMCI, let me throw this up. SMCI, I got to put this in the top 5 together here. All right. So another AI stock. It's in our model portfolio now, I believe. Yes, we added it to our model portfolio. And the exact timing of this, I don't know. I think the focus is really going to shift to Micron with earnings next week. SMCI earnings are in a bit. Let's see when they are. 1 second. Okay, SMCI earnings are August, first week of August, or maybe the second week of August. So it's still 2 months away. I expect a major move into that earnings report, potentially a stock split. They see what happened with NVIDIA. They see what's happening with Broadcom. They have the fundamentals to warrant a stock split. I think you're going to see a lot of money coming into this. I believe we will break the previous highs here. That 1220, I think, is going to break this year. Maybe it happens after this earnings report in August. So, okay, I like that first swing. Am I going to do it today? No, I'm not going to do it today because, with these three, we got specific catalysts. I like for the day picking things with specific catalysts, right? not only catalysts that just happened, catalysts that are coming up, right? Just reviewing one more time, upgrades in Micron and ARM. ARM on Friday got into the NASDAQ, so proximal catalyst that just happened, a recent catalyst, an upcoming catalyst with Micron earnings report next week. So these are much more powerful plays that can have much faster moves, I believe, Micron and ARM today and this week overall, and TSM with two major catalysts, a pricing upgrade and the analyst upgrade on TSM. So really, I like these top three, and we're just throwing this fourth one in app, kind of in respect to our collaborator Godfather in our Discord, and I really like the work he does on Twitter and on X also. So let's see if, just a technical turn, no specific catalysts here, just a technical move on app. So we're going to make that the fourth one because we like your catalyst, right? But, it's hard to play these gap ups. I got to be honest with you. You should have been with us Friday, and then you would have had your position in MU. You would have had your trade position in ARM. You would be in all three of these, MU, ARM, and TSM in the model portfolio, and you can enjoy this gap up, and it'll be a little bit less stress-free. At this point, if you're not in it, maybe establish a small position at the open and then wait for a pullback to get into these three stocks. So that is your show for today. Please join our Discord over at storytrading.com/Discord. We're going to get a fit. There's a free chat room there right now, the free channel that is just casual conversation. But that's going to change into some serious collaboration just in a few days when we launch. And those of you who join today, will get access to a deep special promotion and discount. So we'll see you there at storytrading.com/Discord. Good luck today. Have a great day. Micron, ARM, TSM app.